Hello, it's Drew here. And as you probably already know, it's that time of the year when the Traitors is upon us. So I thought it'd be a good idea to do some Claudia style fingerless gloves. Now these are really beautiful. They're really simple and easy to make and look absolutely stunning, just as you would think that Claudia would have. Anyhow, they're so easy to make. You can make a pair of these just in one evening watching television, and they don't take a lot of wool. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I'm simply using a DK wool and a 4mm hook. Now all we need to do is we're going to make a slip knot, start off, simple. Now we want to chain 32 stitches because the 32 will give us the length. This is a finished glove. It will give us the length of the glove from top to the bottom. If you want to make a longer glove that covers your wrist, then simply make more chains to fit on. But for this purpose, we're going to do 32 chains. Okay? So you start doing the 32, pause the video, do the 32 chains, and I'll meet you back here when you've got the end of that first row. Okay, so we've now got our chain of 32 stitches. And what we want to do now is we just chain one more, so that will be our turning chain. Now, you see that's the normal chain. If you turn that on its back, you can see like there's a row, you can see that there, of small bumps on the back. And what we want to do is to do single crochets into each of those little bumps on the back. The simple reason for this is it gives you a neater edge at the end, and it's easier to sew together when we want to have the glove. So let's see. It's much easier. Let me see from this glove here. This is where we've sewn it together, and you can hardly see where the seam is because it's so much easier to sew. So anyhow, getting back to our chain, what we want to do is, that's the normal chain, turn it on its back, and as you would just normal, go into the second bump, so it's that one there, and just carry on single crocheting as you would a normal foundation chain. Once you get started, it's a lot easier, believe me. So just a simple, in you go, single crochet like that, and carry on doing this in the bumps on the back of your foundation row, right? So there, we carry on all the way across for the 32 chain, and I'll come back to you when you get there. Okay. So we've just finished our first foundation row there, just a normal row, single crochet all the way across. Now you want to do chain one and turn. Now here is the whole pattern. We've got 32 stitches, and in each stitch is still going to be single crochet, but what you want to do is on every crochet just simply go into the back loop only. That's it. That's the whole pattern. Can you see the V's in every stitch across here? Well, all we're going to do is a single crochet into the back loop of every stitch. It's just as simple as that. You keep on doing that in every stitch right the way across the row. And then you'll find when you finish the first row that the pattern is starting to form. Now once you get to the end of the first row, having done that, and you go into the back loop of every stitch, you simply chain one extra stitch at the end, as you always do, turn, and then do it all over again. And you carry on doing that for the next 30 rows. Now I say you do it for the next 30 rows because, just show you here, see we're starting to get a pattern now. But if I go to the one I've made earlier, typical Blue Peter, but look, so we are forming this pattern here simply by going into the back loop only of each of our stitches. Now what you need to see is how wide your hand is. Now for me, 30 rows is great because it will go around the heel of my hand and it feels lovely and comfortable. Now your hand might be smaller or bigger than my hand, but just measure it so it makes it so it fits you perfectly. And that is all you have to do. So you carry on single crocheting all across each row into the back loop only. and I'll meet you back here when you've done 30 rows. Right, so now you've got your 30 stitches long. It should look a bit like this. The pattern is the same on both the front and the back, so don't worry about that. Now when you cut your thread, leave a long tail and then thread a needle, because that's how we're going to sew it together. Now take the bottom up to the top, and this is where you're going to align your stitches. Now, having done the first row, the foundation row, into the back bumps, it's so much easier now to sew these two lines of stitches together. So what we're going to do is just make sure you've got each stitch from the top and the bottom aligned, and we just want to whip stitch 14, the first 14 stitches along together. It's pretty simple. Just get like so. See? And we just want to sew it together. That'll be one. And remember, 14 stitches. That's all you want to do to begin with. And make sure you've got each one aligned properly, because that makes the whole glove so much neater, believe me. Okay? Right? And I'll meet you back again when you've done the first 14 stitches. That gets us up to the, basically gets us up to the thumb hole. Right, that's 14 stitches done there. I'm just going to finish that off so it doesn't come apart. And then we want to cut the thread and start off at the other side. I'll just make it so it looks neat. Now let's cut that. Now, got 14 stitches done there. Now you want to turn it round and go from the other end, attach your thread, the bit of wool you've already got, and you want to do exactly the same thing but sew down 9 stitches, making sure you're getting each stitch lined up, which will then leave a row of 9 stitches on either side here for the thumb. So our thumb hole will eventually be 18 stitches long. So when we do that, I'll show you how to do the thumb hole. So while I was sewing that up, it just struck me, it might be easier to show you, but if you're getting a bit mixed up about what stitches will be where, just count 9 stitches up from there and put either a needle or a pin through both stitches, so you've got that like join there. Then you can go to the top and count 9 down, and you'll find that it will be much easier, that you're not going to get lost with all what stitches is where. So this will be, I've just done the 6, this will be number 7, this then 8. Yeah, I've made that, that's the 9th of hole for the thumb. So that will be the end of that. Finish that off. You make it so it's secure. Then run the end up through the other stitches. Not be seen. Okay. Now then, this one. What we do want, which I didn't, was very silly. I should have just incorporated that into my whip stitch, but I didn't. But if you've just left it like I have, you can always just thread it through and make it neat. Now, take that out. Now here, we've got basically a thumb hole. What we want to do is we want to pick up 9 stitches on this side and 9 stitches on that side, so the whole hole is 18 stitches around. Now look, what you want to do is you want to put a slip stitch into your wool, and you want to start at the bottom of the thumb hole. Right, so those are the 14 stitches that we just stitched together. At the bottom, you want to start here. You just simply put the hook in the bottom stitch, bring your wool through and secure it. Now we want to do 9 stitches up the first side, so we just simply, it's 9 single crochets just into the edge that we've just been sewing up. Very simple to do because we've got both of the V's there. that'll be one. Now keep on doing this until we get to the top, and then we cross over onto the other side and come down the other side. And I'll show you when you've got 18, show you how to proceed onto the thumb. Right, now we've got 18 stitches going around here, that's our thumb hole. Excuse me. Now what we want to do is you're going to, just like amigurumi, you're going to carry on the round into the first stitch that you made on this side. So you just carry on, but now, that would be like the first one, now we're going up the first side again. You want to do 17 single crochets all the way around to get back to here, until you get to the final stitch of the first round. So I can do that, and I'll come back when I've done it, so I'm not boring you. Hang on one second. Right, so I've done my first round, and I've done 17 stitches all the way around. See how the thumb is starting to form. Now what you want to do here, you're at the bottom of the thumb hole. You just simply want to, you've done 17 stitches round, you want to do a single decrease there, an invisible decrease, which takes, you can just see this, it takes the front V of the last stitch, the last round, and the front V of the first stitch in the next round, and we just want to decrease that. So on the whole round now we have 17 stitches. We're going to do the same thing again, only this time you want to single crochet around 16 stitches and then decrease again at the bottom between the two rounds, because then that will give you a nice little angle on the bottom of the glove. So we're going to go around 16 stitches. So single crochet 16 times. Or this will be 5. Now this bit is boring, but if we get through this quick, there we go. At the top of the thumb, so just go around the corner. Just carry on. Now when we come up to the bottom, we want to do exactly what we did on the last row, which was stop at the last stitch of this round. Okay, so you can see that. That's the bottom of the last round. So I think we want to do one more. Now at the very bottom, you're just going to pick up the front loop of the last stitch and front loop of the next stitch of the first round and decrease. Now in total, we go around all that. That's our thumb coming along beautifully. We've got a nice decrease here and we've got 16 stitches. Now all you have to do is simply single crochet one more round, and that will be the end of the thumb. Finish off and we'll turn the glove inside out and see what we've got. So I've just finished that last round there. I'm going to slip stitch into the next stitch, and then I'm going to leave a tail, well, not too long one, cut that off and finish it off. Simply means threading a needle and finishing the ends off as you would. Making invisible, you can see this. So we want to go into the back of the next stitch and come through, and then you just want to get the back loop of the stitch behind there, and that will be like an invisible. You won't be able to see it, it just makes it look normal. And you want to come through to the inside, because you don't want it being shown on the outside, and finish that tail off so it's secure. Okay, should do it. Just go through the wool to hide the tails. You can hide all the other tails that we've left after we've done this. I want to show you what it's like when you bring so now that is the inside of our glove. I'm just gonna pull it through, and as you can see, now our glove, our end glove. And you can see the nice like slant there for the thumb hole. There we go. And that is our beautiful fingerless glove, worthy of Claudia from the Traitors. All you have to do is repeat that again and you've got a pair. Hope you enjoyed this. If you do, please remember to subscribe, hit that bell down there, and every time I make a new pattern, make a new video, you see what I've got to say. Lovely to have you. Bye bye.